Okay, so season 2 of My Hero Academia has finally arrived. I'm really excited to talk about this because I had a great time with season 1 of My Hero Academia, and supposedly, from what I keep hearing, this season is going to consist of like 25 episodes, so we have a lot of content to jump into. Now, quickly, the start of the episode, for the most part, a lot of it was definitely recap, and it was about like 2 or 3 minutes, I want to say, at the beginning of the episode, so not that long, but it was definitely kind of refreshing people. I think it was so that people that forgot about season 1 because it was already a year ago, okay, here's what happened and you know what was the end of it. And also for people that are new to the series because they really want to push My Hero Academia. I think it's on like a new channel in Japan and so many different things, different time slot. They really want to push it up there, which, by the way, just real quickly, I know this isn't about the episode, but there was an episode before this, a kind of recap of season 1 as a whole. It was like 20 minutes of just like, you know, catching people up. It did better than Naruto Shippuden's finale, ratings-wise. It did a 3.3 versus Naruto Shippuden's 3.2, and that was a recap episode. Good shit from My Hero Academia, but essentially, this episode, again, a couple of setups, a big setup in a sense for the arc that we're about to embark on, talking about a sports festival, and I just gotta say, I love seeing All Might again in some anime, because All Might, already in the manga, he's a dope character, but I love the anime adaptation of him, just his gung-ho nature, and everything about All Might as a character animated is awesome. When he's in the suit and you see it looks like he has the American flag behind him, I'm like, yo, All Might, I fucks with you so heavy, dog. You're so fucking cool. The opening, real quickly to talk about, because we got a new opening. Honestly, it was okay. It was very chill, and honestly, that felt as though that was the episode as well. The episode just felt very chill. It wasn't like, you know, action-packed or anything. It was just a very chill opening. I personally like opening 1 or of season 1 better, to be honest with you, but it was a pretty chill opening. Maybe it'll grow on me over time, but it wasn't anything fancy. Now, the content in the episode itself, I think one of the interesting things was getting a little bit of the backstory and the goal for Uraraka. Why is she doing this? Why does she want to be a hero to begin with? And it's a pretty noble cause. At first, I even remember when I read this in the manga, I was like, you want money? Like, that's pretty fucking vain. Like, I just want to save people from money. But then we find out it's kind of like, you know, she want to save her father's construction company and things of that nature. I'm like, okay, pretty noble, and it also kind of characterizes her a little bit better why she's doing this. And sometimes, you know, because like, you got to look at these characters like, why would you put yourself in the face of dangers? Is it just that you love being a hero? Is it that you have a particular motive? And for a shy girl like Uraraka, the fact that she's doing this with noble intentions, it really shapes her character to realize, like, this is just a really good girl. She plays that character very well as far as being the quiet, you know, like, oh, I'm a nice girl. Oh, okay, you have some serious motive behind this, that you want to save your family's company, you know what I'm saying? So good shit there regarding her goal. And I mean, it wasn't the most spectacular, but it was nice to know more about Uraraka. And obviously, this is the aftermath after, you know, the end of season 1 where we had the big invasion of the villains. And it was really interesting how they pretty much just generally labeled Shigaraki a man-child, and they're saying it over and over, and they're even saying it with a smile. I almost feel as though they're just kind of like talking shit about this dude. It's like, you see the principal with a smile like, he's a fucking man-child, bro. Like, that's a man-child if I ever see one. I'm like, damn, y'all shitting all over him. But I think that's also definitely setting up characterization for him and kind of the outlook of to him. Like, okay, he's a villain, but he's really immature, and if you think about it, he's similar, in a similar situation to the characters on the hero side. Everybody's really inexperienced, and you definitely see the inexperience from Shigaraki, you know, the guy with the hands on his face, in case you don't remember who that was. Like, that's the inexperience, and that shows that as a villain, since he's still free, there's a ways to go for him in order to be, like, you know, very credible and a threat in general, because it was really the Nomu that he kept bragging about. He wasn't bragging about, yo, I'm the shit. He was bragging about that Nomu, and, you know, we had that incredible fight with All Might against the Nomu in the last season, and that shit was insane. And you also see that it took a toll, and I'm glad you're seeing that there was some consequences to what happened. It wasn't just like a little brawl and everything is fine, because we already know that All Might is in the decline. First of all, the injury that he sustained years ago, and then on top of that, passing off his quirk to Deku. we see now even more of a gradual progression of him not being able to be what he once was. I believe in the episode, if I'm not mistaken, if he's in straight combat, he can go for 15 minutes, which 15 minutes, you got to get the job done real quick, you know what I'm saying? And if he's just standing around like in a classroom in his muscly form, I think he could stay for 1.5 hours. I believe that's how it was explained, which, okay, he could get through a class. So he's very, you know, the clock is winding down on how much All Might can really do. And I'm imagining throughout the season, we're going to see the slow progression to where he probably won't be able to stay in that muscly form that much longer. I mean, if it's only down to 1.5 hours, he can barely get through a class and he got to dip. And then you got to think about, okay, not only does he have his responsibilities as being a teacher and being at UA, but then also he's a superhero as well. So let's just say a class runs for an hour. He literally has 0.5 time to go and do some heroic shit and save people, and then he's done. So you're seeing that the ending of season 1 was definitely an impact, but also what was guaranteed in the beginning of the series, that All Might won't be that much longer able to do what he is supposed to do, you know, be a hero, is slowly coming to fruition. And of course, you know, that gotta kind of settle into Deku, and I'm sure that's also a motivation. Like, I need to get my shit together and I need to do this quick, because this man, the man that I look up to, that I'm just, you know, pretty much fanboying over 24/7, won't be around forever, and I need to stand up and take up the mantle. So good stuff there as far as motivating Deku. Like, you can't fuck around, bro. I'm not gonna be able to do this shit for much longer. And my gosh, again, I like that it's carrying over what happened at the end of season 1 when we see Aizawa Sensei just wrapped up in bandages, Eraserhead, like he got his shit wrecked. And then he comes into the classroom, and it gave me kind of a chuckle. I ain't gonna lie, when he's like, yeah, some serious shit's going down, the sports festival, and everybody's like, we're thinking there's a villain. Like, what are you doing? Like, funny shit there. And honestly, it just, again, showcases that even though Shigaraki's inexperienced, even though he's not the greatest force in the world right now, he did do some damage. You know, All Might can't stay in that form for no longer than 1.5 hours, and if he's fighting, it's only 15 minutes. Aizawa Sensei got a head wrap all around his face. It's like, they got their shit kicked in. And of course, the sports festival is coming up, which hopefully we'll see a lot more character development for a lot of the different characters. We'll get more into them and see them kind of expand and see the full extent of a lot of their quirks. So a lot of setup in this episode. Very chill episode. It wasn't the most grand. Again, you gotta kind of carry on, like, okay, the events of last season took some weight on the characters. A lot of people were fucked up, and now they gotta slowly get it together and continue on. So I think UA's mentality of not canceling the sports festival is a smart thing. Is like, don't show them we're weak. Don't show them that they affected us in any way, because if we show them our weakness and that they did something, then they'll be like, yo, we're coming back for more. So that was a smart and strategic thing regarding what UA decided to do with carrying on with things like, oh, yeah, they didn't affect us at all. Fuck y'all. And of course, the end of the episode where All Might is like, bro, this is your time now. The sports festival is where you need to make your debut and tell everybody I'm here. This is where you set forth and let everyone know I'm going to be taking up that mantle, okay? I'm going to be doing some big things. And also in the background, we got a lot of the characters talking, and it's slowly trying to introduce more and more of the characters. I think we got some nice development in season 1, not too much, but we got to know characters like Mineta, the dude with the balls on his head that, you know, they stick or whatever, and Frog Girl, I think her name is Sue. Like, we had a little bit of that, and you can see in this episode, they're slowly still trying to push forth more of these characters. You're getting some interactions. You're getting even the questionable idea of like, wait, why is it that All Might wants to talk to Deku, and why is it that they have similar powers? So the secret that is starting to slowly not be so much of a secret is like, people can put 2 and 2 together real quick. This guy, he's strong. All Might is taking a liking to him. What is going on there? But of course, the characters can't completely piece it together. So interesting stuff with setting up that maybe the secret will be out not that long from now, right? Because if everybody's starting to put it together, imagine the villains that really think hard or might have some insight into One for All might be able to say, oh, we know what's going on. So good shit there. And with all that being said, honestly, it was a fine first episode, good first episode for the most part, setting things up, showcasing the aftermath, and it's like, I'm just as a whole excited to be back with My Hero Academia anime, because it feels like it's been so long. It's only been a year, but it's like, oh my gosh, I'm so glad to see these characters back. Now, as far as me reviewing it, just quickly to talk about that, I do want to review all of it, even if it's 25 episodes. I want to review every single week. Definitely support these videos so I have an incentive, like, you guys actually legitimately care and want to see these videos. So, you know, when you see a review, drop a like and all that good stuff. It'll definitely motivate me to do more of these because I do love talking about My Hero Academia, and I also like seeing what you guys got to say about it as well. But kind of curious what you guys think about the first episode of season 2. Again, it wasn't going to be a big, you know, hitter from the gate. You know what I'm saying? You got to carry things over and slowly set things up. What did you think about what All Might was saying to Deku? How do you feel about All Might only having that much time left in him to be able to do things? It's like, yeah, things is going to get hectic. And your overall excitement for My Hero Academia season 2 is like, let's go, baby. I can't wait. All Might, though. All Might, bro. All Might animated. Let's go. But that's all I have for this one. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. If you liked anything I had to say or enjoyed the video, drop me a like. I'd greatly appreciate it. And if you want more from me, make sure to subscribe. Follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and stalk my Facebook to get more when the video ends. I'm ForneverWorld, and as always, people, have an awesome day.